Nobody knows where he is.
Try the pub. You know what he always says. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing with a beer first.
They haven't seen him.
What about the Criterion?
The Criterion?
Yeah, I often see him down there perving on the topless barmaid.
Oh. I'll ring them.
What were you doing there?
Well, I was perving... No, I wasn't. I was lost. I was trying to find directions home.
We live across the road.
You see how close I was?
What's all this about the barmaid being topless?
Well, she's only a bit topless. I mean, not all the way. She's not bottomless topless. And she has got a top. She's got a top. One on each side. Well, I've never really noticed.
You sure?
Positive. I don't stare at her much. Not even when she boogies over to the jukebox.
And so Dad just sits there in this bar, perving at this girl with bare boobs?
Well, no, he doesn't perv all the time.
Oh, yeah? What else does he do?
He faints.
But how long have you been going to this
listen, Mum, what about the Holden dealer down the road? You know how Ted's always wanting to take the new cars out for a test drive?
Oh, he's not allowed to do test drives anymore.
Why?
Because his selling man, the salesman at the firm, had a nervous breakdown.
I thought you said he got a broken leg in the accident.
He did.
Well, when did he have his nervous breakdown?
When he woke up and saw Ted at the end of his bed. Oh, hello. Hello, yes, I'm still here. Yes, is Ted there? Oh, I see. Thank you so much. Pardon? Yes, all right, I'll tell him. Goodbye. I haven't seen him at the Criterion.
But what did they say? Tell who what?
Well, someone called Booby Barbara.
Booby Barbara! I've never heard of her. Why don't you ring the...
Hang on a minute, Rosa. Booby Barbara said what?
Well, Booby Barbara said, will the Dragon Lady let Bruno out to boogie tonight?
That Barbara, she is a riot. She keeps us in stitches.
Oh, yeah? She keeps you in stitches. I'll keep you in plaster.
She's not as funny as you are, darling. Plaster. Ring the hospital, Mum.
For Ted?
For Bruno. Who's the Dragon Lady? Who is that Dragon Lady?
It's not you. It's definitely not you.
Who is it then?
Come
on.
I'm thinking. Oh, no, it's gone. I'll have to enroll in a speed memory course. Hey, that's it, the Speedway. Maybe Ted's gone mad and entered the Commodore in the Demolition Derby. He could have. Ted, the Commodore, bang, crash. I give up. Bloody Barbara, her mouth's bigger than her boobs.
You call me the Dragon Lady?
Yeah, well.
Hey, you seen the paper?
Oh, look, Craig's bought a paper. That's fantastic. You're a great bloke, Craig. Now, let's read the death notices and see if we're still alive.
Bruno, shut up.
What is it, Craig?
The local paper. Look at the photo.
It's Dad!
Yeah, and look at the headline.
Local man in round-the-world yacht race.
Listen to this. Goanna Heights man, Ted Bulpett, announced today he would be a definite starter in the Daily Mail-sponsored round-the-world yacht race.
But Ted gets seasick in the bath.
This has got to be some sort of sick joke.
It's legit. It's in all the papers.
I believe it. The race, described by its promoters as the greatest challenge yet for the solo yachtsman. Solo? He's going on his own?
Of course he is. Who'd go with him?
No, there must be some sensible explanation.
There is nothing sensible about your father, Grit. I knew something strange was going on when he started to wear a life jacket in the shower.
But he hasn't even got a boat.
Well, he must have hidden it. Mr. Bulpett refused to show his boat to the press because, quote, it's got top-secret stuff all over it, including a winged keel, a winged mast, winged sails, and a winged anchor.
He can't afford a yacht.
Has he really bought one?
Not so far as I know, Bruno. The only boat your father has is that rowboat in the backyard. You know the one he keeps the lawn clippings in?
Ahoy there, I'm home.
It's him.
I don't believe it. It's the fisherman John West rejected.
Watch it.
Dad, you're soaking wet. Where have you been?
Braving the elements, fighting a full force of a tropical typhoon, lashed by the stinging spray and half drowned under swamping seas, and loving it.
But how come it's not even raining outside?
Oh, well, I was standing in the car wash. I tell you. Oh, geez, that hot wax brings tears to your eyes.
What's this all about, Ted?
You're jealous. I can see it in your little wog eyes. You are so too. You're saying to yourself, gee, I'm jealous. I wish I were a real man like Ted, sailing round the world single-handed.
I'm not saying that at all.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
And your other eye's saying, oh, geez, I wish I was risking death on the high seas like Ted instead of being a little wog poof stuck at home with a brand new sorry, Bruno.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to drop you in it.
It's all right, Ted. She knows all about it.
What, you mean like Booby Barber and down at the Criterion and the huge... oh, jeez, pickle me round. I'm glad I'm going round the world.
Well, can't we forget about Booby Barbara?
You wouldn't if you'd seen her.
Now, Dad, what's all this about?
Oh, pickle me grandmother, look at that. Oh, I'm on the front page, I'm a hero. Has Bob Hawke phoned up yet?
No, Ted. And where have you been all afternoon?
Well, first of all, I told them they could
They told me what you said at work.
Yeah, well, after that I called a press conference to tell them me plans. And after that I just went out to buy some essential equipment.
What?
A boat.
You're serious?
Yeah, of course I am. What do you think this is, a pork chop?
I know what it is, but do you know what it is?
It's a sextant. Navigators use it to find out where they are when they're out at sea. Some famous navigators use this. There was Captain Cook, Burke and Wills, Popeye.
Popeye?
Yeah, Popeye. He wasn't just a famous film star, he was a very good sailor. You could tell that by the way he smoked his pipe upside down to keep the spray out.
Dad, at the risk of being condemned as sensible, where are you going to get the money from to buy this yacht?
Oh, easy. I'm going to sell the house.
Ah! You can't! I mean, what about us?
Oh, well, you have to find somewhere else to live, won't you? Hint, hint.
And you reckon you're going to find your way around the world in a yacht with that thing?
Piece of cake. Listen, I've just been out in the front lawn sighting the moon with this.
You sight the sun with a sextant?
No, this is the latest model. You don't need the sun. It works in the dark.
How?
Oh, luminous paint, I don't know, batteries, who cares? Listen, you can check out that chart over there and you'll find our exact position is 28 degrees, 5 minutes north, and 86 degrees, 58 minutes east.
28 degrees north and 86, and how many degrees east?
58.
This is amazing.
Told you.
There's a knighthood in this, Ted.
Oh, why?
Well, on these figures, you've just become the first yachtsman to sail up Mount Everest.
Who's that bloke out there with Dad?
Oh, I don't know his name, Grit, but he's a real estate man and he's come to value the house.
So Dad's really serious about this round-the-world stuff?
Oh, yes, Grit. Every night he sits in front of television learning to tie knots.
Oh, that's because people keep telling him to get knotted.
Oh, Grit, is so funny. I don't get it.
Forget it, Rosa. What about you, though? He can't just chuck you out.
Oh, Ted has plans for me.
You're not going with him.
Sail in a boat with Ted. I may be crazy, but I'm not crazy. I wouldn't even sail in the Titanic with Ted.
Ah, but the Titanic sank.
See what I mean? The man's a jinx.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be Ted's pit crew.
Pit crew?
Yes, you know, his backup team. His front runner, up-front person. I'm going to fly ahead of him and meet him in every port with fresh supplies.
Oh, different ports around the world. You'll be lucky if he makes it out between the heads.
No, Grit, he's got that one solved.
How?
He just follows the Manly ferry.
What are all these supplies?
Ah, well, you see, our first stop is Tahiti. And I have to meet him on Tahiti Beach at 1:30 exactly.
Oh, geez, got it timed down to the last half hour. 1:30 exactly on what day?
June.
That sounds more like Dad. And what do you have to have there for him?
Ah, well, you see, all the supplies are listed in order of importance. Number 1, large carton of seasick pills. Number 2, 1 dozen cold cans of Foster's. Number 3, hamburger with everything. Number 4, 2 cherry ripes. Number 5, large jar of Enos.
Well, what do you reckon? All in pretty good nick, should bring a good price.
Yes, there's some reasonable condition, Mr. Pulpit.
Don't forget your valuation should include Ernie.
Ernie. Does Ernie know he's being sold?
Have you escaped from somewhere? Of course he doesn't know. Compost tumblers don't have brains.
Oh, I see. You call your compost tumbler Ernie.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Now, Neville is not included in the price.
Neville, don't tell me. The wheelbarrow with the eyes painted on it.
Look, I'm going to tell you this one more time. Neville is the little stiff bloke out on the front lawn.
I don't have to sell him with the house.
No.
Oh, good. That should make things easier. Tell me, why is he wearing a football sweater?
Because he supports the Magpies. Jeez, you're a bit thick. Are you sure you've sold houses before?
Good morning. Aren't you going to introduce us, Ted?
Nah, I wouldn't bother. He's just a grovelling salesman.
Oh, Ted, he's just joking.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I am Rosa Bertolucci.
Oh, I see. You're not married to him.
Oh, no.
You're a very lucky woman. My name's Holmes, Gerald Holmes. Holmes is the name, Holmes is the game. My card.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Oh, that's very clever. Have you seen Mr. Holmes' card, Ted?
What about it?
Oh, it's very clever, the slogan.
Thank you, I wrote that myself.
If you're looking for value, there's no places like Holmes' places.
Ugh. I don't get it.
It's sort of a play on words.
Listen, mate, if you listen to the general public out there, they're like dills and nongs. They wouldn't know poetry if they fell over it.
And you do?
Look, I'm not just your normal yobbo. I was Limerick champion of the Kokoda Trail. Listen to this. There was a young girl in the Blitz who had the most beautiful...
Ted!
I'll tell you later.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, well, yes.
No, we wouldn't. No, money doesn't grow on trees, Rosa.
But Ted is just a cup of tea.
No, well, tea doesn't grow on trees either. Now, look, he can have his cup of tea. He can have his cup of tea when he sells the house. So come on, you can come through to my office now. Come on. Well, what do you reckon? Easy to sell?
Yes, we should fetch a good price.
That's what I like to hear. Good, straight men's talk, not like that puffed of poetry you got written all over your card here. Now, about the money, I was thinking about 350,000. What do you think?
80,000.
80? I'm talking about the whole house with quality inclusions throughout.
Yeah, so am I. 80,000. And that includes Ernie.
Struth! 80? What if I chuck Neville in?
79.
80? Well, that's all we can get for it then.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
All right, I'll take it.
Mr. Bullpit, I couldn't help wondering about your uniform.
Oh, yeah, pretty snappy, isn't it, eh?
Yes, you're in the Navy, eh?
Close. I'm a hero.
What?
Haven't you heard of Ted Bullpit, the famous lone round-the-world yachtsman, about to be knighted?
Really? When did you do that?
Oh, any minute. Today. Tomorrow. I mean, if this bloody rain ever stops, but at the moment, you are holding me back from history.
How?
Well, you see, if you can't sell the house, well, I can't buy me boat. Here, have this paper with me on the front. I've autographed it for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah, just a minute.
What?
20 cents for the paper. Come on. There, I'm home.
Hello, Ted. How was your day?
Bloody shambles, of course. Someone should blow boat salesman up.
Oh, dear, what has happened now?
Well, this pushy salesman, Roger, you know, of the Jolly Roger boat sales, you know, our prices are so low, it's almost piracy.
Oh, you mean the one in the television commercial with a black patch on one eye with cheap prices written on it?
Yeah, the one with the parrot on his shoulder. Should see the back of his jacket. Parrot poop everywhere.
And did Jolly Roger have just the right boat for you?
Well, he said it was all right. It was only sailed around the world once and had been sailed by a little old lady on Sundays.
So what happened?
Well, I went on board by myself so he couldn't con me. Just as well I did. It pitched and rolled so much I had to,
No, what?
had to have a quick hurt over the side.
Why didn't you bring your seasick pills with you?
I didn't think it would be necessary because there was no wind and it was still tied up to the marina.
Oh, before I forget, Mr. Holmes brought a lady to look at the house today.
Oh, yeah, and?
Well, I think she liked it, but she wasn't too sure about the colour of this kitchen.
Oh, Struth, that's no problem.
Anyway, she wants to go away, think about it, come back and have another look.
Yeah, no probs. I'll repaint it for her. What colour does she like?
I don't know.
Well, what colour was she wearing?
Green.
What colour was her car?
Green?
What's her name?
Mrs. Green.
Oh, well, that's it. I'll paint it purple.
Why?
Well, she must be sick of all that green. Rounding Cape Horn is the most hazardous part of any voyage. Winds gusting at over 100 knots And 40-metre waves are common. Pickle me grandmother. Sounds like a bad case of death to me. I know. I'll take a shortcut through the Panama Canal. Round the world, yacht race competitors are not allowed to take a shortcut through the Panama Canal. Fucking Catholic, they're trying to kill me. Of course, Twiggy Boo. I'll chuck a tow rope on board the Oriana and they can drag me round. I don't know what Sir Francis Chichester is always bitching about. This round-the-world stuff's a breeze. Oh, I can just imagine Bob Hawke knighting me on Weekend magazine. I can see it all now. Sir Ted, the quiet achiever, who's terrific.
You mean Sir Ted, the loudmouth who's a wanker?
Give a man a heart attack. How dare you pop out of the air like a parking cop after a bonus?
Yeah. How's the great lone navigator of Wombat Crescent? Do you know the difference between port and starboard yet?
Of course I do. I'm not a dill, you know.
All right, then. What's port?
Port, Mr. Grubby Garlic Gobbler, is a fortified wine like sherry.
All right, what does that make starboard, then?
Oh, it's probably one of those sparkling star wines that Sheila's go all giggly about at weddings.
Well, with that sort of working knowledge of the sea, Ted, you know where you're going?
Where?
Straight to the bottom.
Watch it, mate.
You're dangerous, Ted. People should be vaccinated against you.
I know all there is to know about sailing. Ask me anything out of that book. Go on, go on,
All right. Here we go. When at sea with a strong wind behind you, how do you stop the boat?
Stand on the brakes.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Chuck out the anchor.
No.
Put the sails in reverse gear.
No.
Tie up to a tree.
What sort of tree are you going to find in the middle of the ocean?
A very tall tree.
All right. Here's an easy one. What is a boom?
Ah, boom. Oh, yes, I know. Yeah, down at the bottom of the sail, there's a long bit of wood.
Very good, Ted. And?
And when it swings round and hits you on the head, it goes boom. Answer the phone, will you, Rosa? God, what a bloke has to do everything around here.
I'm in the bath, Ted.
Why do you always leap into the bath when the bloody phone rings? No wonder I'm exhausted.
I'll get it.
All right.
Hello? Yeah? Yeah. No. No inconvenience at all. Okay. Bye.
Who was it?
Mrs. Green, she wants to come around and have another look at the house.
When?
8 o'clock?
Pickle me grandmother! I've got to paint the kitchen. You've got to help me.
Why?
We've only got 10 minutes to do it.
Dad, we'll never do it. You can't paint a kitchen in 10 minutes.
We'll have to. She'll be here by then. It doesn't matter if it looks wet as long as it looks great. I've got to get the money for this boat.
Are you sure this is the right colour?
Yeah, of course it is. It's cheap. Got it from Clary down at the pub.
Who'd want a kitchen in this colour?
You've got to hand it to Clary. He always knows when it's going to fall off the back of the truck. He even knows what colour it's going to be. Right, now, start painting on the count of 3. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Hang on. What about 3?
All right, 3 then. But hurry up.
Come on in.
Sorry, Mrs. Bertolucci, I think I'm a bit early.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. You found the place all right in the dark?
How could I miss? I mean, it is the only one in the street with a luminous concrete aboriginal.
That's Neville.
Yes, I know. We met this afternoon. Quite a sharp spear he has.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Never mind. The dressmaker says it can be mended. I just want to make sure that if I buy this house, Neville goes with Mr. Bullpit.
Unless you want him.
Oh, no. From what the neighbours tell me, it'd be like separating identical twins.
Well, yes, I suppose Neville is very patient with Ted.
From what I've heard, Neville's the intelligent one.
Oh, no. Well, what I mean to say is Ted and Neville are like chalk and chalk.
Yes. Well, I'd like to have a look at the colour of the kitchen, if I may.
Of course, but this time you're in for a big surprise.
I'm sure. Through here, isn't it?
Yes?
My God, what are you doing?
G'day. Well, how do you like it, eh? Your favourite purple.
And red.
Oh.
And green.
Oh.
Which one of you would be Mr. Bullpit?
Here's...
I thought so. I'm Janet Green.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Green. I'm pleased... I'm sorry.
Your brother Neville ruined my best dress this afternoon with his spear. Now you have ruined my second best dress. Goodbye. Oh, one more thing.
What? Oh!
There!
Bloody woman. Even if she comes back here with millions, I'm not selling the house.
Laugh, talk about funny. Suddenly the Wombat Crescent wanker turns into the Jolly Green Giant.
Dad!
Oh, God, it's you. What do you want?
What happened to your face?
Don't ask.
Oh, anyway, you know how you chucked in your job in the putty factory and entered the round-the-world yacht race, and to do that you had to buy a boat, so therefore you had to sell a house, and that entailed painting the kitchen 3 different colours, and you ending up all green?
Well, what about it?
Oh, anyway, they called off the race.
Pickle me grandmother, a man can't win.